This year's Nobel Prize in Economics has been awarded to Claudia Goldin, a Harvard University professor, for her research that helps explain why women around the world are less likely than men to work and to earn less money when they do. Now, the award makes Claudia Goldin the first woman to be the sole economic global Nobel Prize winner in any year. Now, she is also the third woman to win the Economics Nobel. Goldin's research puts in focus the gender disparities prevailing at the workplace. Research indicates that only about half of the world's women have paid jobs compared to 80% men. Moreover, a persistent pay gap has existed amongst men and women. Even in advanced economies, the gender pay gap is as wide as 18%. Now, in her research, Claudia Goldin studied the reasons behind such disparities. Goldin found that women's prospects in the job market and personal circumstances at home often resulted in decisions that led to gender disparities. Some women also underestimated their employment opportunities, while the others felt overwhelmed by responsibilities at home. For her Nobel-winning research, Goldin studied over 200 years of labor market data. However, she discovered that women's jobs often went uncounted and therefore didn't appear in historical records. She then compiled new database using resources like industrial statistics and historical surveys on how people used their time. Now, this threw up some striking facts. Firstly, contrary to popular perception, women's share in the workforce actually declined during the Industrial Revolution. It also previously assumed that as the economies grew, they attracted more women into the job market. Goldin also discovered that marriage proved to be a barrier for women's chance of employment. Thirdly, the birth control pill introduced in the 1950s allowed women to plan their careers, education and families better. No surprises then that the number of women looking for jobs started rising steadily from the 1950s. And while over time the gender pay gap has narrowed, it still continues to exist. Goldin's research discovered that while the pay gap narrowed during the first half of the 19th century, the reduction in disparities stalled between 1930 to 1980. The key culprit, according to Goldin's research, was parenthood. This had a negative impact on women's pay as companies tend to reward employees with long and uninterrupted careers, while unequal sharing of childcare responsibilities meant that women's employment opportunities took a backseat. Now, the Nobel Prize in Economics has put the spotlight on gender disparities that have existed for centuries now. And while these disparities have narrowed over time, Claudia Goldin's research proves that a lot still needs to be done to correct historical wrongs. The Nobel Prize may just be the key catalyst for that change.